Yeah. So Annelida, our next topic. Here, the term Annelida means annulus means rings. Okay, or little ring here it is given, and eda or edlos here it is given. This form, okay, ring-like form. So if you observe these three animals, okay, so this is basic point. So they contain so many ring-like segments which are arranged one above the other. Okay, so that is meaning of Annelida. Anyway, so this was the term Annelida was you know coined by Lamarck, and there was a term for Annelida called vermis. So this term um, earlier name of Annelida with other soft worms. So present annelids and with other soft worms of some of the molluscans to be precise. Okay, so in 17th century or 18th century, in that period, so annelids were used to call as vermis, but there was a scientist called Cuvier separated the annelids from vermis. Anyway, so then, okay. So here, annelids are, so we discussed in the nematoda, so in platyhelminthes, okay, in the platyhelminthes, organ level, to some extent, organ system, even in the nematodes also, they are organ system level of body organization. So these are also organ system level, higher animals, right from the platyhelminthes. And right from the platyhelminthes, bilateral symmetry is common, except echinoderms and gastropods. Okay, for mollusca. So bilateral symmetry is common. Here also, all the annelids exhibit bilateral symmetry. And of course, as usual, they are triploblastic animals. And this is important, metamerically segmented. Okay, so we have a small topic. I'll give two, 4 or 5 points. I wrote very lengthy notes, but not needed actually. So I gave, so anyway, let's see there. These are metamerically segmented, and these are coelomates. That means in nematoda, the true coelom is absent. So these are the first coelomate animals. Okay, in the phylum wise. Okay, so okay, and to be precise, they are schizocelic type of coelomates. Okay, so I'm thinking that so this is all a revision for you. You might have already prepared all this. Okay, anyway, their body and coelom are divided by transverse septa. Okay, so they are called segments, or this is scientific term metameres. Okay, so coelom with coelomic fluid provides a hydrostatic skeleton because unless they do not contain any exoskeletal or endoskeletal structures. So to some extent, the coelomic fluid, it replaces the, or it compensates the lack of skeleton. Anyway, so giving stiffness to the body parts, thus adding, so due to stiffness, the locomotion is possible. Anyway, so aquatic annelids such as Nereis possess lateral appendages, the parapodia, so which are made up of chitin. So they help in swimming and as they are aquatic, so they naturally they help for swimming. So they, and in addition to parapodia, so chitin made setae are seen, in earthworm like oligochaetes, and the suckers. We all know that hydrodinians. Okay, leeches. Okay, they use suckers for the locomotion. So these three are the locomotory organelles in Annelida: parapodia, setae, and suckers. So cephalation is more pronounced. If you observe platyhelminthes and nematodes, the cephalation is not clear. Anterior region uh, can be identified, but there is not much developed head up to nematodes. But here the head is more prominent. Okay, so when compared with the previous phylum, okay, cephalation means presence of head simply. So more pronounced with the distinct head and sense organs in some polypeds. Okay, we will see that. Yeah, so here even in the annelids also there is no need of respiratory system because the body is permeable for the dissolved oxygen in the water and also climatic oxygen. Okay, that is permeable. So the respiration is simple diffusion. So directly oxygen enters into the body cells and the CO2 is released out. So through the body wall, and in Nereis highly vascular. This is somewhat we should keep in mind. The parapodia are not only locomotory organelles, so their surface is highly vascularized. What does it mean? It means they do contain many blood capillaries. So they also in Nereis, okay, they play an important role in the respiration. Okay. Yeah. So for the first time in the animal kingdom, the circulate system, particularly closed type of circulate system, is present. Okay. So that is we should remember. So the respiratory pigments such as hemoglobin and chlorochlorine. Okay, we have seen in respiratory pigments. So they found dissolved in plasma. You should remember this point. Okay, so in general, the respiratory pigments in higher vertebrates, they are present in the RBCs or venodocytes like cells. But here, the respiratory pigments, they are present within the plasma. So once again, and I'm reminding you that respiratory pigments function is to carry the oxygen. Okay, so and so dissolving the respiratory pigments in the plasma is a feature of a unique feature of invertebrates. So anyway, yeah. So Nephredia, we have a separate topic for this. So Nephredia, they may be Metanephredia, Protonephredia, different types of Nephredia are seen. We will see. So Nephredia, which are ectodermal in origin, అవి ectoderm నుంచి produce అవుతాయి Nephredia. They help, mostly scientists believe that the function of the Nephredia is osmoregulation, but they also play an important role or major role in excretion. So nervous system consists of, we all know that in the, you might have seen in the annelida nervous system. So a pair of cerebral ganglia and subpharyngeal ganglia. So which are connected by lateral nerves around the pharynx. So to form a nerve ring. A nerve ring is also seen, and from that, so a ganglionated, so double ventral nerve cord, which is also known as annelida type of nerve cord. Even in arthropoda also, the same kind of nervous system is seen. So that is called annelida type of nervous system. Okay, having a pair of cerebral and subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. They are connected by nerve ring, and from that, a double ventral. You remember this is double ventral. Okay, so not a single card. So there will be a double card which is surrounded by, nerve membrane. Okay, so externally it looks like single card, but internally it is double. So double ventral nerve card, and its position is ventral. You remember, this is an important feature of invertebrates. So sense organs like eyes, palps, and tentacles are arcus. We will see that in the next phase. So they may be dioecious. That means both male and females are present. So example is nereis. Nereis. Okay. So there is a male and female. Are monoecious. That means hermaphrodites. Okay. Example, we all know that the earthworms and leeches, they are the bisexual animals. So reproduction is sexual reproduction. There is no need for this. Cleavage. Cleavage is just like platyhelminthes, nematodes, and millets also. They exhibit spiral cleavage. Holoblastic is normal. Okay. So then development is direct in the, okay, in monoecious. Okay, in monoecious animals like earthworms and leeches. So that is direct without any larva. Okay. So monoecious annelids, and indirect in the dioecious animals. So like nereis. Okay, trochophore larva you will see. So that is indirect. Development. And a characteristic larva form of the each దాదాపు చాలా మటుకు ఫైలాకి ప్రతి ఫైలంకి ఒక లైక్ యాంఫిబ్లాస్టా పారాకైమిలా ట్రైకిమిలా ఓకే సో ఇఫైరా లార్వా okay like that every rhabditiform larva we have seen in platyhelminthes. Okay, so here also, sorry, nematodes, here also the common larva. Okay, common larva for annelids is trochophore. You remember. So sometimes it can be asked like that. Top shaped trochophore larva. Anyway, so common examples are nereis, all those. Anyway, so classification. So in the intermediate, only 3 classes are given, but here I have added one more, which is of important also. So there are 4 classes are there. Okay, so Polychaeta, Oligochaeta, Herbinia, and Archaeanella. Okay, so let's see. The first one is Polychaeta. So poly means many, chaeta means setae, simple. Okay, here these animals, they possess many setae, and those setae, they are fused to form, okay, parapodia. Okay, so that's why the name Polychaeta is given. And many setae, they are fused to form, the parapodia. Okay, so anyway, let's see. It includes marine annelids, okay, commonly called bristle worms. Remember this point. Some are free moving, or others burrowing or tubicolous. Okay, so they form some tubes, and they live in that tubes, U-shaped tubes. So head is distinct. See, here you can see this is the head of a nereis. Okay, so having eyes, tentacles, okay, palps, all those are there. So this is called cephalization. Okay, so with head with sense organs, right? So yeah, head is distinct with sense organs, which is eyes, tentacles, and palps. Parapodia, which bear many setae. Okay, which bear many setae. That's why the name, the polychaeta. Okay, ఒక పారాపోడియా అనేది చాలా సీటే ఫ్యూజింగ్ వల్ల that is formed. So that's why the name polychaeta. So that helps in locomotion and respiration. You remember this respiration part. Clitellum, so which forms the cocoon, that is absent. They are dioecious, that means unisexual animals. So gonoducts are completely absent. Okay. So how the gametes are released outside? Gametes are shed into the coelom and passed out through nephridia pores, excretory pores. So the gametes are they are sent outside. So as the gametes are sent outside, the fertilization will be automatically so external fertilization. So development includes, yeah, so a top-shaped propophore larva is seen in polychaeta. So examples are very important. So you can see the names and their common names also. You have to by heart. So Neris, it is also known as, you know, so sandworm, ragworm, or clamworm. Okay. So Aphrodite, sea moves and wisdom. Arenicola, lugworm. So Glycera, this is smooth bloodworm. Okay, so this is Neris, this is Aphrodite, sea mouse. Okay, so that is the first class polychaeta. And then oligochaeta. Oligo means few, chaeta means chaeta. It includes earthworms, simple. Okay, which live in moist soil and some live in fresh water. So tubifex is an example for freshwater or aquatic earthworm. So chitinous setae help in locomotion, and this is important. Clitellum or cingulum forms a cocoon during the breeding season. Okay, the fertilization takes place in the actually fertilization. So in clitellum or cocoon, the fertilization takes place. So what is clitellum? A belt-like temporary or permanent structure. Okay, that forms uh, that carries the gametes and that gives space. That is the location where the fertilization and development is occurred in earthworms. So they are bisexuals. We all know that earthworm is a hermaphrodite, leech is a hermaphrodite. Okay, so there is no larval stage unless unlike polypes. So Fertima, so Megascolex and the Tubifex. These are the common names of some of the um, you know actually Megascolex is South Indian Dravida grandis megascolex are South Indian earthworms. Peritima is North Indian earthworm. Okay, tubifex is a so aquatic earthworm. So this is structure of Peritima. We have that. And then Hydrodinia. Hyrido means leech, so it includes leeches. So all are ectoparasite. So all the leeches are ectoparasites, we all know that. So majority live in fresh water, some marine and others are moist. Terrestrial leeches are also there. That means amphibious type. So they have also ventrally flattened body. We know that the what we call uh, the leech. Okay, so it looks very clear that it is dorsoventrally flattened with a definite number of segments. So leech lo general 33 segments ఉంటాయి, one at one sub segments ఉంటాయి. Okay, annuli ఉంటాయి, right? So their number is fixed, unlike Pentima and others. So the segments are externally subdivided into annuli subsegment or annuli and this. Okay, internal segment is absent in Hydroneria. Earthworms లో మాత్రమే internal segments ఉంటుంది, and even polypetal. So anyway, here we have already seen suckers help in locomotion. Okay, clitellum is conspicuous only during the breeding season. Okay, so clitellum అనేది breeding season లో మాత్రమే కనబడుతుంది, మిగతా టైంలో కనిపించింది. So coelom is filled with a characteristic tissue called botryoidal tissue. This is very, very famous. It may be asked in the examination, that much famous. So botryoidal means tissue is, it looks like a bunch of grapes, the tissue. So they range from excretion. What is the function of botryoidal tissue? And there is no perfect answer. Nobody can say precisely that this is for excretion, but so it is clear that it is for excretion and to store iron and calcium. Okay, so the botryoidal tissue and revascularization in areas of injury. If an injury అయినప్పుడు blood vessels కనుక లాస్ అయితే, so revascularization, reproduction of lost capillaries is done also by the botryoidal tissue. So that is about the botryoidal tissue, that is specific for the hydroneria. Okay, they are monoecious, okay, are hermaphroditic. So male reproductive system possesses a copulatory organ. So whenever the copulatory organ is present, there will be internal fertilization. No. Okay. So if at all the copulatory organ is there, that meant for internal fertilization. Okay. So examples. So hydroneria, freshwater leech, Antobdella, marine leech. So Hemodipsa, land leech. Okay, and another one is called Hybrido. So it is generally called as medicinal. And there is a term called phlebotomy. So it is utilization of leeches to suck impure blood from man. That is a kind of technique. So a kind of medicinal technique. So that generally the a kind of medicine, maybe Unani, so in which the phlebotomy is generally they follow. So they use.
Sir, ఇది లిథోథెరపీ సార్ ఇది. సార్ ఇది లిథోథెరపీయా? లిథోథెరపీ అని అంటే చూడండి, వాస్కులర్ డిసీజ్ ఉంటా ఉంటుంది, కాళ్ళకు నరుసు ఉంటాయి, అంటే వీనస్ లావుగా ఉంటాయి చూడండి, వాళ్ళకి చేస్తారు.
That is varicose vein. That is different.
అదే సార్.
That is different. No, that is not. This is not used for varicose veins. So
Okay.
In a kind of medicine called Unani, so if at all some tissue, if they feel that the blood became impure. Okay, so in olden days, presently it is not being used. Okay, so but we all know that the leeches, they suck the blood. So that utilization for the sucking of blood for the purpose of the medicine are part of the medicine. So that phenomena is called phleботom. Okay, so yeah, so I am presently it is not being followed because we have more advanced technique in allopathy medicine. Anyway, so that is about the area. So these are the examples. So area the freshwater leech, Pantodella, marine leech, Hemodispa, land leech, Heredom medicine, and others. And this is additional. So it is not there in the book. Anyway, Annelida. So these are also exclusively marine forms. So body is elongated like and so like this. This is another diagram. Anyway, okay. So elongated and worm-like. Setae and parapodia are generally absent. So that's why it looks like actually the diagram is broken. Okay, I will add another diagram. It is actually very smooth. Okay, here it is appearing rough, but not. So anyway, Prostomium bears 2 or 3 tentacles. You can see 3 tentacles here. They are unisexual. Some are unisexual, some are bisexual. Okay, so this is important. ఈ ఒక్క పాయింట్ కోసమే ఇది యాడ్ చేశాను లేకపోతే ఈ క్లాస్ యాడ్ చేసేవాడిని కాదు ఆర్కియానిడా సో ద లార్వా ఈజ్ కన్సిడర్డ్ టు బి ట్రోపోఫోర్ లార్వా బట్ నాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ట్రోపోఫోర్ లార్వా ఇట్స్ సమ్ డిఫరెంట్ లార్వా దట్ ఈస్ called Lowen's larva. It was asked in a zoology examination. You remember that. So the polygardius larva, Lowen's larva, polygardius larva is almost similar to trophophore, which is called a special name Lowen's larva. So example is Polygardius prototrilus and Nerilla. So these are the examples of Archaeolem. So this is Polygardius. Okay. So that is about the classification. Let's jump to excretory system and coelomoducts. They are very, very related. So we all know that in Annelida, Nephredia are the main excretory organs. We all know that. Okay. So what are Nephredia? Nephredia are coiled tubes. So formed by the invagination of ectoderm. Nephredia are derived from embryonic ectoderm. You remember that. Okay, so they lie in the coelom and their ciliated lumen is intracellular. Okay, so this is not needed. Right. So simply I'll just show. For example, if it is an animal, okay, so this is alimentary canal. So this part, this total part is true coelom. So this is body wall, this is body wall, and this is alimentary canal. Okay, so here, these, for example, if it is, a nephredia, okay, so they open, they are present in this coelom. Idantha coelom aithe ee coelom lo itla veladutuntayi. So like this. So this is another you can call it as a nephredia. So coelom lo free ga they are present. Okay, so that is nephredia. So nephredia are coiled tubes formed by the invagination of ectoderm. They lie in the coelom. Coelom lo untayi. Okay. A nephridium opens into the coelom by a ciliated funnel. So that is called nephrostome. We'll see the diagram. Yeah, so this is nephrostome. Okay, so actually this is not Nephredia, but it looks like this. So it should be another poster. In this diagram, it is not there. Okay, anyway, the nephrostome is a funnel-like structure. Okay, ciliated funnel. It is actually coelomoduct anyway, but the nephrostome also almost looks like this. Okay, anyway, here a nephridium opens into the coelom. Coelom ciliated funnel or nephrostome ద్వారా అది ఓపెన్ అవుతాయి. Either in the same segment, అదే segment లో కావచ్చు, in which it lies, or in the segment just in front of it. ఎట్లుంటుంది అంటే you might have seen in the expiratory system of the ఇది ఒక సెగ్మెంట్, ఇదొక సెగ్మెంట్, ఇది దానికి ముందున్న సెగ్మెంట్. సో ఇది బాడీ వాల్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయినటువంటి so the nephridium, it's so this is nephrostome. Okay, ఈ nephrostome ఇక్కడ జనరేట్ అయింది. నెఫ్రిడియం అనేది ఇక్కడ జనరేట్ అయితే, ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయితే, ఆ నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ మాత్రం దానికి ముందు ఉన్నటువంటి సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఓపెన్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఆ సేమ్ సెగ్మెంట్ లో కూడా అయి ఉండొచ్చు, డిపెండ్స్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్. సో at the other end, nephridium opens to the exterior or outside by a nephridium pore. ఇందాక సో ఇక్కడ ఇది బాడీ వాల్ అయితే బయటకి తెరుచుకునేటువంటి ఈ ఓపెనింగ్ ని మనం ఏమని పిలుస్తాము? నెఫ్రిడియం పోర్ అని పిలుస్తాం. సో ఇదేంటిది? నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్, ఇది నెఫ్రిడియం పోర్. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్. ఓకే, సో యా, nephridia remove waste from the coelom, but their original function was probably removal of water from the body. That is osmoregulation. Okay, nephridia యొక్క మనం జనరల్ గా చదివేటప్పుడు ఎక్స్క్రిషన్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ నెఫ్రిడియా అనుకుంటాం, బట్ ప్రాబబ్లీ దానికన్నా ఎక్కువ ఎక్సెస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ని రిమూవ్ చేయడము ఆర్ ఆస్మోరెగ్యులేషన్. ఓకే, might be its major function. Okay, our original function. Anyway, that is about nephridia. So coelomoducts, there is no difference between a well-developed, highly advanced nephridia and coelomoducts, but there is a difference in the function. So coelomoducts are segmentally repeated. That means in every segment they are present. So mesodermal, so whereas nephridia ectodermal. So here it is mesodermal structure. That is also another difference. They are tubes, simply duct covered tube. So which open at one end into the coelom, just like so nephridia laga, by a wide ciliated funnel called coelostome. Akkada nephrostome annu, ikkada coelostome antu. And at the other end to the exterior by gonopore or genital aperture. So genital aperture ద్వారా coelomoduct అనేది, so that will be opened out. Coelomoducts only send germ cells to the exterior, which was their original function, or maybe excretory, or maybe both. coelomoducts ఏం చేస్తాయి అంటే సింపుల్ గా మనం ఏం గుర్తుంచుకోవాలి అంటే, ద మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఈజ్ టు ఎలిమినేట్ ఆర్ టు సెండ్ ది spermatozoa or ova to outside. Okay, so or maybe their function may be excretory or maybe both. So that is about the coelomoducts. So here there is a relation between the Nephredia and Coelomoducts. So what you are watching here, it is, okay, so this is the, ciliated funnel of a coelomoduct. And this, duct, okay, so that may be the part of the Nephredia. Okay, what you are watching, this structure is protonephridia without nephrostome. ఈ నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ లేకుండా బ్లైండ్ గా ఇట్లా ఫింగర్ లాగా ఉన్నటువంటి ఇవి, సో దే ఆర్ యునో ప్రోటోనెఫ్రియా వితౌట్ నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్. నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ లేకపోతే దట్ ఈస్ ప్రోటోనెఫ్రియా. ఒకవేళ ఉంటే మెటానెఫ్రియా, సింపుల్. ఓకే, సో బట్ హౌ దే హెల్ప్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్క్రిషన్? ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ హియర్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూ టేక్ దిస్. సో the nephridia or protonephridia, they contain many long tubular cells called solenocytes. Okay, so these solenocytes, so they absorb the nitrogenous waste products. Okay, so and if you observe the image, so there is a single flagellum is seen. Okay, so anyway, here let's see Nephredia and Nephromyxia. What are Nephredia and Nephromyxia? Some polychaeta have nephridia of closed tubes. Their blind ends project into the coelom. This is primitive condition. The blind end is fringed with solenocytes. Okay, so lying separately or in tubes. The solenocyte cells connected to the nephridium by a thin long tube in the lumen of the tube. A long volatile flagellum is present. Okay, so ఇది ఒక ప్రోటోనెఫ్రిడియం. ఈ ప్రోటోనెఫ్రిడియం కి నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ ఉండదు కాబట్టి ఎక్స్క్రిటరీ సబ్స్టెన్సెస్ కలెక్ట్ చేయడానికి, సో ద సోలినోసైట్స్ are present at the tip of the, so these protonephridial tubules. Okay, so these solenocytes, they absorb, okay, they absorb the nitrogenous waste products. Anyway, so the blind end is fringed with solenocytes lying separately or in groups. Single ఉండొచ్చు, చాలా ఎక్కువ సింగిల్ ఉండొచ్చు. The solenocyte cells concerned are connected to the nephridium by a thin tube each. Okay, okay, chala thin tube with a flagellum, ante, right? So then solenocytes resemble the flame cells, except in flame cells many, cilia are, the flagellum. ఇక్కడ flagellum చేస్తే ఒకటే ఉంది లోపల క్యావిటీలో, solenocyte duct. But there, so many, flame like cilia or flagella seen. That is the difference, but function is same. The solenocytes resemble flame cells of platyhelminth. This such a nephridia are known as protonephridia. So let's wait. I should cut it here. సో ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ లేకపోతే దట్ ఈస్ ప్రోటోనెఫ్రియా. గుడ్డిగా అదొకటి గుర్తుంచుకుంటే సరే. సో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఓన్లీ సో ప్రోటోనెఫ్రియా, okay, so is Phyllodes and Venadis. Okay, so then, but in many Polychaeta and Oligochaeta, Nephridia are of the open type, each have a ciliated nephrostome. ఒకవేళ నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ కనుక ఉంటే, which is opened into coelom, they are called metanephridia. Nephrostome ఉండాలి. Okay, so that is open type of nephridium or metanephridium. Okay, so first one is protonephridia and here it is metanephridia. The example is as usual Neanthis or Nereis, So lubricus, etc. So anyway, so polychaeta have compound excretory organs formed by the union of nephridia and coelomoducts. So they are called nephromyxia. Okay. So mana nephridia and coelomoducts కలిస్తే దాన్ని what we call nephromyxia అని పిలుస్తాం. In these, the functions of excretory organs and genital ducts become combined. So రెండింటి functions nephromyxia చేస్తాయి. So there are three types of nephromyxia: protonephromyxium, metanephромyxium, mixonephrium, or nephromyxia. Okay, so here protonephromyxium means simple coelomoduct plus protonephridium కలిస్తే protonephromyxium. Okay, so example, Alysiopidae family animals of the Annelida, and Phyllodes is another animal. So that is protonephridium. Protonephridium and so these are the protonephridium. So there is no opening, so completely closing, but very powerful kind of excretory structure. So some polychaeta. These, the functions of excretory organs and genital ducts become combined. Nephromyxium అంటేనే అదొక నెఫ్రీడియం ప్లస్ coelomoduct కలిసిందని అర్థం. Okay, so in these the functions of excretory organs and genital ducts become combined. Protonephromyxium లోపల. Okay, so that is about the protonephridia, sorry, protonephromyxium and metanephромyxium. Here coelomoduct plus metanephridium equal to metanephромyxium. Example, hesiod. And mixonephridium or nephromyxium. Coelomoduct is attached to nephridium in such a way that they form a single organ. Okay, so coelomoduct is attached to a nephridium in such a way that they form a single organ. So the funnel being coelomoduct and the duct is nephridial. Funnel emo coelomoduct di, so the duct emo so nephridial. So here Capitalidae, okay, Aranicola. So these are the animals with mixonephridium or nephromyxium. So in which the coelomoduct and nephridium, they are fused all together. So here Capitalidae or Aranicola exhibit mixonephridium or nephromyxium. You can see these diagrams here. A protonephridium and separate coelomoduct. This is coelomoduct. This is protonephridium. Okay, this is nephrediopore. Okay, so here this will be the genital aperture or cloacal aperture, whatever. So here these are the protonephria without any opening towards the coelom. It is coelom. Okay, so second one is protonephromyxium, and a protonephridium plus nephromyxium. Okay, they are fused, right? So that is called protonephromyxium, right? So C is protonephridium and ciliated organs, Nephridae and Glycidae. Okay, here the ciliated organ is not given. So metanephridium and separate coelomoduct. Okay, so which is D, metanephridium and separate coelomoduct. So Capitalidae. So and mixonephridium, Aranicola. So metanephridium and ciliated organs are commonly known as. So you know, Myxonephridium. Okay, so anyway, here simply this is Nephridium, this is Coelomoduct. So they are united. Okay, so here ciliary. So ciliary organs are formed. Okay, so within the vicinity of their surroundings. Okay, and then protonephridium and is called ciliary organs. D. Metanephridium. Okay, and separate coelomoduct. Okay, capital D. So then Myxonephridium example is Arenicola. So that is I like. Hello, వినబడుతుందా? Here.
ఓకే సార్, క్లియర్ ఉంది వాయిస్.
So here, yeah, Myxo meaning itself is both Nephridium and Coelomoduct. They are united here like this. If you observe this diagram, half of the Coelomoduct, okay, and some part of the Nephridium, protonephridium. So that is mixed. Here, metanephridium in a Coelomoduct. So combinedly they form a single duct. Okay, so that is metanephridium, and separate Coelomoduct, capital D. Myxonephridium. So this is Myxonephridium. Okay, let's see them. In some Polychaeta, example Neanthus, a part of the Coelomoduct separates from the metanephridium and becomes attached to the dorsolateral muscles as a dorsal ciliated organ. So this keeps the coelomic fluid in circulation. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇక్కడ డయాగ్రామ్ లేదు. Some part of the coelomoduct. So yeah, so part of the coelomoduct separates. That means particularly the nephrostome part separates from the metanephromixium. So that means this one. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఈ పార్ట్ కట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ హైలీ ఇక్కడ దీనికి నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ దీనికి సిలోమో స్టోమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఆ సీలియేటెడ్ పార్ట్ సెపరేట్ అయ్యి డార్సల్ బాడీ వాళ్ళకి అటాచ్ అయ్యి కంప్లీట్లీ సీలియాతో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక సీలియేటెడ్ ఆర్గన్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. సో దానివల్ల ఏంటి లాభం? సో డ్యూ టు ద మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది సీలియా, ది సీలోమ్ ఈజ్ that is moved from one segment to another or from one place to another, like that. That is ciliated organ. This keeps the coelomic fluid in circulation. That is in Neanthus. That is one case. In Serpula, okay, so the nephridia of the anterior region are large and perform excretion. Okay. Nephridia of anterior region, they perform excretion, and those of posterior region are small, act as genital ducts exclusively. One should remember that coelomoduct అనేది అదొక గోనోడక్ట్. సింప్లీ అదేం చేస్తుంది? గ్యామెట్స్ ని అది that will send out. Okay, so here Myxonephridia and Nephromixium, coelomoduct is attached to nephridium in such a way that they form a single organ. Okay, అంటే సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఇప్పుడు దీని యొక్క ఒక నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ ఆర్ సీలోమోస్టోమ్ అనుకుందాం. సీలోమోస్టోమ్ అండ్ నెఫ్రిడియం యొక్క డక్ట్. ఓకే, సో ఇట్లా యూనైట్ అవుతాయి. సో దట్ ఈస్ Myxonephridium. ఇదంతా సీలియా ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, ఆర్ లేకపోతే ఇదే నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్. ఓకే, ఇదే డక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఏ coelomoduct. ఓకే, సో దే ఆర్ యునైటెడ్. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకు రెండు కలిపి ఒకటే స్ట్రక్చర్ లాగా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ మిక్సోనెఫ్రిడియం. హియర్ in Serpula, the nephridia of the anterior region, that. Okay, so anterior excretion, posterior genital ducts are furnished. That is okay. In Oligochaeta and Hydrodinia, nephridia and coelomoducts are separate, like this. So nephridia and coelomoduct, maybe this, the metanephridium and separate coelomoduct. Okay, this is metanephridium. This is coelomoduct. They are separate. Okay, so that is in Oligochaeta, like earthworm, in the leeches, they are completely separate. There is generally one pair of metanephridia in each segment, but coelomoducts are restricted only to a few. So few reproductive segments. Okay, మన అలిగోకీటలో చూస్తే ఎత్వంలో చూస్తే ఆ గోనోడక్ట్స్ అనేటువంటివి అవి మేల్ గోనోడక్ట్ ఆర్ ఫిమేల్ గోనోడక్ట్ అనేది ప్రతి సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఉండవు. ఓకే, సో మెటానెఫ్రిడియా ఏమో ప్రతి సెగ్మెంట్ కి ఒక పేరు ఉంటాయి, బికాస్ దే ఆర్ సెపరేటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ coelomoduct. సో coelomoducts మాత్రం సో 1 or 2 కొంచెం ఇంకా ఎక్కువ 4 or 5 సెగ్మెంట్స్ లో ఆ గోనోడక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అంటే బాడీ మొత్తం ఉంటాయి అనేది దాని ఉద్దేశం. దే ఆర్ సెపరేట్, దే ఆర్ నాట్ యునైటెడ్ ఇన్ అలిగోకిటా అండ్ హిరిడిమియా. So their nephridia may open to the outside of the body and are called exonephridia. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, in Oligochaeta. ఓకే, సో ఒకవేళ నెఫ్రిడియం కనుక దాని నెఫ్రిడియో కోర్ బయటకు తీసుకుంటే దాన్ని ఏమని పిలుస్తాం? ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియం. ఎల్రాది టైప్. ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక నేను వేసినట్టుగా ఇది బాడీ అనుకుంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇది ఒక నెఫ్రిడియం. ఇది బయటకి ఇట్లా ఒక పోర్ ద్వారా బయటకు తెరుచుకుంటే దీన్ని మనం ఏమని పిలుస్తాం? సో ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ బయటకు తెరుచుకునేటువంటి ఒక నెఫ్రిడియం కాబట్టి దాన్ని ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియం. ఇట్ మే బి ప్రోటోనెఫ్రిడియం, ఇట్ మే బి ప్రోటోనెఫ్రిడియంలో నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ ఉండదు, ఉంటే దాన్ని మెటానెఫ్రిడియం అంటాం, అంతే. సో ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియం అంటే ఏంటి అంటే బయటకు తెచ్చుకుంటే ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్. ఓకే, లేదు కొన్ని ఆర్ దే మే ఓపెన్ ఇన్ టు ద గట్. సో కొన్నిసార్లు ఏమవుతుంది అంటే మనకు దీనిలో ఉంటుంది, ఇప్పుడు చూస్తాము. సో ఇది అలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్ అనుకుందాం. సో ఇక్కడ దిస్ ఈజ్ నెఫ్రిడియం. ఇది ఇటువైపు పోకుండా అలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్లోకి ఓపెన్ అయితే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సో ఎంటిరో నెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియా అంటాం. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పెంటిమల్ ఇట్లే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ 2 terms, technical terms. In majority of examples, there is a pair of original large sized metanephridia in each segment. Okay, ఒక పెయిర్ ప్రతి సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఉంటే మెటానెఫ్రిడియా. ఓకే, దే ఆర్ ఆల్ కాల్డ్ హోలోనెఫ్రిడియా ఆర్ మెగానెఫ్రిడియా. సో ప్రతి సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఉండే పెద్ద మెటానెఫ్రిడియాని హోలోనెఫ్రిడియా, మెగానెఫ్రిడియా అంటాం. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ న్యూమరికస్ and earthworm. But in peritima, there is a large number of small sized nephridia in each segment. They are called mironephridia or micronephridia. So మనకు tegumentary nephridia అని ఉంటాయి peritima. డయాగ్రామ్ చూస్తాం ఇప్పుడు. So these are the entero what we call the ఎంటిరోనెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియా. ఈ నెఫ్రిడియా అన్ని కూడా ఈ ఫారింజల్ నెఫ్రిడియా, అవి ఎందులోకి ఓపెన్ అవుతున్నాయి? అలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్లోకి ఓపెన్. దీస్ ఆర్ ఎంటిరోనెఫ్రిక్ నెఫ్రిడియా. దీస్ ఆర్ cutaneous or tegumentary nephridia. They are also called as micronephridia. So they open outside. Okay, so these are exonephric nephridia. Okay, as their size is very, very small, they are called mirror nephridia or micronephridia. Okay, so and these two are protonephric type of nephridia. వాటికి నెఫ్రోస్టోమ్ లేదు చూడండి, సోలినోసైట్స్ ఉంటాయి వాటి ఎండింగ్స్ లో. But whereas these are the you know exonephric nephridia, which are you know sorry, yeah, these are also opening into the intestine. So they are enteronephric nephridia. But here you can see nephrostome is there. So that's why they are meganephridium or holonephridium or metanephridium. So this is the type of excretory system in parenchyma: pharyngeal nephridia, cutaneous nephridia or integumentary nephridia, and meganephria or metanephria. Okay, so those are three types. So it is assumed that the original pair of holonephridia has how the micronephridia are formed, and it is assumed that the original pair of holonephridia is broken up to form a large number of meronephridia, okay, or micronephridia. So this is the parenchyma. So those are the anterior segments are many enteronephric meronephridia opening into the pharynx. So అయితే pharynx లోకి they may have taken on the function of digestive glands also. Pharynx లోకి ఓపెన్ అయినటువంటి నెఫ్రిడియా ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి మేబీ they may secrete some digestive juices. ఒకవేళ అవి సీక్రెట్ చేస్తే దాన్ని పెప్టోనెఫ్రిడియా అని అంటాం. In every segment behind the sixth సో సిక్స్త్ సెగ్మెంట్ తర్వాత ప్రతి సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఇంటెగ్యుమెంటరీ ఎగ్జోనెఫ్రిక్ మిరోనెఫ్రిడియా మైక్రోనెఫ్రిడియా ప్రెసెంట్. అది సెకండ్ టైప్. అండ్ ఇన్ ఆల్ సెగ్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ ది 14th సెగ్మెంట్స్ తర్వాత దెర్ ఆర్ ఎంటిరోనెఫ్రిక్ మిరోనెఫ్రిడియా which open into supra-intestinal excretory ducts having segmental opening into the intestine. Intestinal opening, enteronephric. And then in hereditaria, nephridia are generally like metanephridia of oligopita, which with a ciliated nephrostome opening into coelomic space. Example, this is not matching part. In hereditaria, nephridia are filed katuntaram. Okay, so that's enough regarding the coelom and coelomoducts and the nephridia. Okay, I'll stop here. Took much time. Anyway, I'll complete tomorrow. Okay, right.